Another week, another episode of The Idol. Let me catch you looking at her again. But let's get right into this for real. So we are here, episode 3. Have 3 episodes to go before we finish this series. And, I think the series, as I said in the previous couple of videos I've said, there's a lot of potential here. There's definitely a lot that could have made the show really good. There's an interesting perspective to it about pop stars, about the social media state of things, about just the world in general, and the people that have used the power and also try to control others and all of that. There's definitely some interesting things in this whole show. The thing is that there is a lot of other things that just don't make any sense and they're just bringing the show down. There's a lot in this episode that I thought was good, just like I said in the previous episodes, and there's a lot in it as well that I think is just bad, plain out bad, and it really kind of cheapens the show in a way. And I want to talk more about that once the show completely ends, because I really do think they had something special here, but they just let it go in terms of just wanting to be shocking for shocking's sake, which doesn't work that well. But let's get into this episode right here, where pretty much we see this relationship between Tedros and also Jocelyn sort of start to evolve a little bit more deeper. We know Tedros has moved into the house, and the team is kind of like, we don't know who this rat tail guy is, and we don't like it, but will he get the job done with Jocelyn and get us the singles and all of that to roll out as well? So before we get into all of that, we do have Diane as well, who is now becoming sort of closer to Nikki, even finishing the music video for Jocelyn. We don't know that whole relationship, what is going on there, and what that's going to look like for Jocelyn, who is over here being distracted by Tedros, it seems. And I was wondering if there was like a whole thing between Tedros and Diane about doing all of this sort of like trickery behind Jocelyn's back, or what the end goal is here. So I do want to talk about that in another video, but we're going to watch a couple more episodes before we try to get to our conclusion, because it looks like in the next episode, Diane might be coming clean to Jocelyn about something, and it looks like Jocelyn's not too happy about it either. Like I said, we do see some montages of the Tedros of Jocelyn just sort of hooking up and being together and all of that, at the disgust, of course, of the friends of the people who are close to Jocelyn, not really seeing what Jocelyn sees in Tedros. The only one that kind of is sort of going and agreeing with Tedros on things, it seems, might be Xander, and we're not too entirely sure how that relationship's either, because it doesn't look like Tedros is too fond of Xander either. We had some pretty interesting moments here, like when he's going up to the Valentina employee and all of that. I thought that was definitely one of the moments I was just like, what? Like, I don't know. It's something about the line delivery and all of that, but we'll definitely talk more about that in another episode. But pretty much what we come to a conclusive end here is that we see Tedros sort of trying to make Jocelyn as vulnerable as possible, and it's definitely something that is done in order to manipulate Jocelyn into the situation she already is in, and sort of drive his like claws deeper and deeper into Jocelyn, it seems, as he is sort of starting to make her think about these horrible memories of her mother and everything, and why is she not focused, and trying to open these wounds up again in order to kind of come in and rescue the day and seem like the good guy. That's exactly what I think Tedros' plan is, definitely from the beginning here, and eventually it ends in a very weird montage, just as the previous episode ended. I think all of these episodes are just going to end in like these music video-esque type, like, I don't even know, softcore, whatever you want to call them. And I don't know how to feel about that, because there's definitely something there that they end like this, and it's like the whole conversation that was going on at the table. I think Jocelyn's character having this breakdown about everything, the abuse and everything from her mother, I thought that was a very interesting aspect of this episode, and one of the moments, like I said, that is very strong. But then you immediately throw in what happens next, and it's just like, it kind of cheapens everything else again, because you're just like, why, like, what, how is this whole situation with the music and fitting? That's the thing. And I think that is definitely something that the show kind of struggles with, and you can tell that there are two different types of shows in here. I think there is the show that started at the beginning that was apparently more focused on the female perspective, and I think there is the other show that is a little bit more focused on Tedros' character that The Weeknd wanted to have, that apparently it didn't have in that first cut. So there's definitely this conflicting battle between these two ideas that is happening throughout, and it's going to be interesting to see how it does end up finishing. Like I said before, it has a lot of strong aspect to it. I think especially Lily Rose Depp playing Jocelyn is one of the strongest things in the whole show for sure, while I think Tedros is one of the weaker parts of it. And I'm just curious to see how they're going to able to bring all of this together by the end. We are halfway, 3 episodes left apparently, and we'll see what happens. But like I said, the question is, what are Diane and Nikki up to? How is that going to look for what's going on with Jocelyn and Tedros as well? What is Tedros' end game as well, his goal and all of that? Like, what does he really want to get out of Jocelyn by the end of all of this? It seems that he is sort of like trying to make as many stars as possible and maybe use them to make his money like that as well. I think that's definitely a possibility, but it could definitely go a lot deeper and darker. We saw that Tedros didn't really want to explain their background or where they came from, so that's kind of a red flag right there, and something I think we're definitely going to get into the next episode. The team really looks set up with Tedros in the next episode. Mike Dean's about to make an appearance as well in this coming episode, and it looks like shit's going to hit the fan for sure, as we see that everybody seems to just be out of it in the next episode and pissed off, even Jocelyn herself. So we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I thought that this episode definitely had some pretty interesting moments. Like I said, not much changes from what we've seen already in the 2 episodes. It's kind of like the halfway point right now. You could definitely see it as being the point when I think Jocelyn is completely broken and gives her all to Tedros. It seems basically from that last scene we saw where she basically was like, thank you for taking care of me, after he just like abused her and all of this. So it's definitely looking like Jocelyn is just fully engrossed by this guy, and there is no turning back at the horror of Leia as well. So we'll see what happens in the next episode. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on it down below. Make sure you're subscribed. I've said it before, we have a giveaway going on, less than 200 subscribers before we announce the winner. All you have to do is be subscribed and comment below, I want to enter the giveaway. That gets you an entry into the giveaway, and we will announce the winner of 20,000 subscribers. So make sure that notification bell is turned on. And as always, that is going to do it for me. Let me know what you think about this latest episode of The Idol. Are you excited or not for the next episodes? How have you come to sort of like the show now as it progresses? I think when it first started, I think everybody was interested, and then some people have let it go. Some people have jumped back on to see what the whole thing is. The clips are always sort of trending on TikTok and Twitter, whether it be for being so bad or being interesting. You know, like there's always like, I see people praising Lily Rose Depp for sure, and then the Weeknd's lines are always put up there just to sort of be laughed at. But we'll see what happens this week. We'll see if the show ends in a positive note, and if they ever get a season 2 as well. There was a whole rumor that it had gotten canceled, but HBO came and said, no, we never said that, so don't put words in our mouth. But anyways, let me know your thoughts and opinions. As always, it's going to do it for me. Like I said, follow us on all the other social medias, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. We are active over there now, so make sure you're following us. Make sure you're subscribed. We have a giveaway at 20,000 subscribers. Just subscribe and comment below, and that gets you an entry. And I'll see you next time. 30,000 subscribers. Let's get to it. Stay safe. Stay positive.